So these guys are largemouth bass. I was with my daughter at a little public lake, I think it was like a city or county lake. Anyway, we were just looking for minnows to put in the fish tank, maybe even like a baby bluegill or two. And I saw these guys, and they're a lot smaller when I got them. I mean, here's a comparison how big they really are. I'm a 5'10". I'm 5'10". I've got fairly stocky hands, and now you got an idea as to how big they are. Anyway, I thought I was catching little tiny minnows. I mean, they were nearly transparent. They were so small, and I had like a little minnow net, and they were there. There's thousands of them. I scooped them up, put them in a bucket, brought them home. And as I got a closer look, I realized that these are freaking largemouth bass. I couldn't even believe it that I had them. So I had the tank ready to go, and now they're here. And as they get too big, I've got a nice lake to bring them back to, one with lots of cover for them, so hopefully they can survive. But I'm not gonna put them back in a natural environment until they're much sturdier. Anyway, it's feeding time. So I've had them for about 2 weeks. They've grown a lot. I think they've almost doubled in size. It took them a while to start eating. At first I was crushing up dried shrimp, which was making a real mess of my tank. So I stopped doing that, and I got them on these things. It took them a couple of days to figure out how to eat them. I used to have to crush up these little tiny, here, let me see if I can focus on that. Anyway, micro pellets. And these things are so little. I had to crush them up because they couldn't eat them whole. Now they can. All of them except for maybe little Barry, the little bottom feeder in the back, who you may have seen in the previous video. So here, it's feeding time. Let's check it out. It doesn't take much to get them going. They know it's feeding time. Every time I sit down here, turn the light on, they're all about it. So. You can see how the first they'd only get it when it was floating down, and now they're actually hitting it up at the top water. And then eventually there'll be enough of them and they'll start floating down. Then they'll go nuts. But yeah, they're very active. They weren't this active a couple weeks ago, but now they're starting to thrive in this little 20-gallon tank. Baby largemouth bass. I went on YouTube and I looked around for, very small largemouth bass videos because I wanted to figure out what to do. Luckily, I have a friend who's experienced in raising wild bluegill and bass. So he's the person who clued me in on how to clean my tank, what to feed them. These little pellets are working great, these micro pellets. I got them at Petco. But yeah, these guys are cool. They're just so active. It's so fun watching them chase the food around and hitting it, and they're hitting it more and more aggressive. I do love bass fishing. And so I have caught larger bass in the wild, and it's just so fun to see these guys just doing their thing as micro bass. I mean, their behaviors are getting more and more like big bass every day. But yeah, they've all survived. Every fish that I brought home survived. All 9 of them. But there's, that one little Barry who's the bottom feeder. I don't know if he's gonna last. I really hope he does because he's so cute. But that one hasn't grown at all. And it just does this all day long. Just looking for food on the bottom. The little guy does its own thing. And the rest of them are hitting up the main meal.